Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time you see my channel, you should review cartoon series, anime series, so something completely random. And today we're going to talk about Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. If you want to see this series, 100% not, because it's one of the series, it's sort of infamous because how people just hated this cartoon, because it was supposedly came out back in 2000, not even 2000, it's more like 2019, and was delayed because the first episode was leaked. And when you saw the first episode, you was like, wow, this it was sort of disrespectful for the character. It was sort of kind of mishandled because the character designs wasn't that good. The writing feels off. The editing just completely weird, random, and it doesn't really. Some living voice actor doesn't sound like the original ones, only except for one character. It made a lot of weird decisions that you just didn't get. But that, of course, that was the first episode. Of course, they have to improve it, right? Well, this is the reason why they delayed it like a year or two and decided to show it in Boomerang UK. So the UK people got the chance to see the whole series first, but whatever they said, it was never good either. They just didn't like it. And when I have the chance to actually finally watch this series on HBO Max, I was again disappointed, and that's sort of impressive because usually I always try to look at the most positive or at least the most entertaining aspect of a cartoon to make it at least okay, this is not for everybody, but someone will like it, right? And in fact, this fall into the realm of Thundercats War, that it trying to please both fans, but in the very end, it doesn't please no one, and that's because it's a series makes real weird decisions. It almost feels it was sort of first time director, first time writer. It's something like this is like an independent project that went completely wrong, and that's what it kind of feels. Of course, the show does improve later on, and it kind of fixes itself, but at the very end, the one of the things that drag it the most is the comedy. The comedy, it's not funny. I mean, there are some moments he does make you chuckle. I do admit I did laugh once in a long while, but every single episode it's just feel they tried so hard. They feel they tried to get the magic of the original Flintstones, but be sure the original Flintstones were enjoyable, what kind of funny, but that show is completely outdated, and they're trying to copy that and put it in the series. And I was like, yeah, it's not gonna work. You have to let's really imagine the series. Yeah, I feel they attempted to do that, but I felt almost like an executive said no, you had to do it exactly like the Flintstones. It feels something like that would happen because this series, I was said before, it trying to capture the little things of the original. Yeah, I mean, he has a laugh track. It's not like they usually constantly like once in a long one they have a laugh track you just hear out of nowhere. It just throws you off. Sometimes I forget it has a laugh track because they use it once per episode, sometimes three times per episode. But something that completely random, like this is the part you're supposed to laugh, but it feels sort of awkward and pointless. You're just wondering why they do this. I think it's a decision I just don't get. You just decide you gotta have a laugh track, yes or no. If you do, use it, not once per episode, because if you do that, it just sort of awkward. And I think that sort of decision just throws you off. Another weird decision. This series do reference the original of Flintstones. Yeah, I mean, certain things only the old fans will know, like Barney buy stuff, but buy stuff for himself, but give it as gifts to his wife so he can have it. That is original lore story of the Flintstones. And the only people who know this is basically old fans like me. I was like, yeah, I was sort of shocked. Like, okay, I mean, you need to do that, but why? But once more, it's one of those shows it knows it's sort of not funny and trying to focus the best strength of the series. It's all about uh Bam Bam and Pebbles going into the no man's land, the land that nobody really discovers anymore because it's too dangerous. But no man's land is interesting because what they find there is sort of weird and sort of Twilight Zone sort of scenarios, because there's sometimes like Batman needs a gift for his mom, and he takes a plant, and this plant becomes alive and starts eating meat, eating animals, and sort of being more dangerous. Well, the family did not realize till Bam Bam, oh my god, I bring a killer plant in the house. I need to stop it, but no one believes me. And that is sort of interesting, the take they did with the Flintstones. That was a good idea. It was completely different, but also trying to be true what the Flintstones are. You have another episode, once more feel like a Twilight Zone, that Pebbles find this new rare species she can sell and be like recognizable as a scientist. And she realized, yeah, this creature is dangerous, but at the same time, this creature can actually break society because how useful and how kind of capable it really is. It's something that sure she really thinks about. Like, should I actually tempt it to sell this or just bury it and let it go in the no man's land? And that was the show biggest strength. It's something I kind of wish they just dropped the comedy and just make it a Twilight Zone parody from the Flintstones, because it the moments they do this, the show works super great. But when they trying to make it funny, trying to make it like understand the characters, it just sort of doesn't work because they rely on the comedy, and the comedy, they don't know how to make the comedy funny. It just feels sort of, they feel like just set up but no punchline. And I think that's one of the major problems with the series. It also doesn't really help some of the voice actors trying to make it the original, and they are completely off, especially Wilma and Betty. They don't sound like Wilma and Betty. They feel they're trying to mimic that. And once more, if you can't mimic the original voice, try something else. Try like maybe a younger voice or older voice. If you can't do that. At least try to do something different. But once more, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I'm 100% sure. Maybe it was a lot of destruction. I really don't know. But once more, this show does have potential. It just could have landed every single time they attempted to do something different. It just didn't work. But the animation did improve. The character designs, they sort of fixed it a little bit more. But once more, it's more like European. In fact, the animation feels like kind of a little bit outdated. The most basic example is sort of what's that Nickelodeon show, Blam. It kind of feels similar art style as Blam, but decided to make it more cheaper. And yeah, you could if I can have an image next to it, you could tell the difference. But once more, it's it's a tragedy. In other words, I try to figure out to make it positive here, but I can't. But I'm not angry. That's the weird part. I was fascinated. I was interested with the storylines one trying to tell. But once more, it's like they didn't know how to execute it and kind of ruins the potential. But one thing is sure, it probably will get a season two because this series is not canceled. It has one season, and I try and look it up online to see it has season two or at least it shows it's canceled. No, it's still going on. It's still working on season two. Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess. But anyway, do you seen this series? Do you like the series? Do you hate it? Comment down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. I just signing off. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.